Do you believe in God?
Description of God that I've heard holds God to be all-powerful, very typical, and all good. And then I look around and I see a tsunami that killed 250,000 people in Indonesia, an earthquake that killed 250,000 people in Haiti, and I see earthquakes and tornadoes and disease, childhood leukemia, and I see all of this and I say, I do not see evidence of both of those being true simultaneously. If there is a God, the God is either not all-powerful or not all good.
There's so many wrong things. The best proof that God does not exist is his tie, by the way.
Okay, first of all, rude. And that's the best you've got?
Lame.
Lame, 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 lame!
Isn't objective morality one of the arguments that theists like to use the most for the existence of God? So which is it, Ben? Are there two moral codes? One for God and one for everyone else? If God has given us a set of morals to live by, then there's an expectation set with us. We shouldn't kill, we shouldn't steal, and we shouldn't lie. And yet when God kills directly, such as with the flood, then he's demonstrated a morality that is outside the expectations he set for us. How can we expect another standard of morality from God when all he's given us is the one we're supposed to live by? What's even worse, when he commanded his people in the Old Testament to commit genocide, see 1 Samuel chapter 15, not only is he demonstrating a morality other than what he set for his people, but he makes his people complicit in acting outside the established morality. He's like one of those toxic dads that say, do as I say, not as I do. That makes him an evil God as we've come to understand morality through Abrahamic tradition.
Maybe God's definition of what's good is not your definition of what's good. Neil deGrasse Tyson, because you are not God. Possibility number 2. God limits his control in the universe in certain ways so as to allow for free will and free decision making. And if the pure cause and effect of God thinking a thing were bad and the bad thing happening to that person who just did the bad thing were to be exposed, then you wouldn't have any free choice.
What?
Wait, what the hell did you just say? I think I get the gist of it, but you've seriously got to slow down, man, especially when you're discussing the nature of God. The free will argument's always been a weird one for me. Are you telling me that God allows things to happen specifically so he doesn't interfere in our free will? First off, if he's all-powerful, shouldn't he be able to create a reality where we have free will and still not choose evil? Maybe create a reality where evil and sin don't even exist so we can choose between good thing A and good thing B? And if God does cherish free will so much, then how do you explain stories where God directly interfered in events? When Moses held his hands up during the war with the Amalekites, Israel would win. When he lowered them, the Amalekites would win. How could a guy's arms being raised or lowered affect laws of probability, the battle prowess of individual soldiers, and failure of tactics if not because God was directly influencing those things? Or what about when it literally says that God hardened Pharaoh's heart so he wouldn't release the Israelites? How do you fit that into arguments of free will? All that aside, Neil mentioned hurricanes and leukemia, and you didn't even address this point. These things don't have free will. Countless children have died from natural disasters. How is removing disease and natural disasters from the equation going to affect free will? This was an L, Ben.
Shame!